Yeah. So before I went to the Celebrity Big Brother house, I had a little biopsy done here. I still have a scar, and it was never my plan to formulate skincare. It really wasn't. I just didn't see it. But then, I had this removed before I did Celebrity Big Brother. I was in hiding, and you go into a hotel for 2 or 3 days before they announce who is going to be on Celebrity Big Brother in the UK. And so I was taking my sutures out in the mirror. Funny enough, tonight, it's so funny how trauma can still re-trigger you. Because tonight I had to take out a little suture, and then I had to put silicone on top and put this on top and then my makeup over it, because I was doing a 10-minute stand-up comedy set. And it's so funny the way trauma stays in your body. That was like a good few years back, and then just taking out that suture again, just like, I don't know how I did Celebrity Big Brother. I want to talk about Celebrity Big Brother actually at the moment because it's back on, and I don't know how I actually did that show taking out my own sutures, but I was so keen to do it, and I was afraid that if I postponed it, like maybe I wouldn't get cast again or whatever. The money was good, but honestly, when we went into the Big Brother house, well, we did the Celebrity Big Brother, so the civilian Big Brother contestants had been living there beforehand. They didn't even clean the fucking house. Like, I'm not kidding you. When we went in, it was filthy dirty. There was crumbs all over the floor. Like, they washed the bathroom, but just about. It was like, I don't even think it was fit for habit. Like, it was just disgusting, to be honest with you. And no matter, and another thing as well, this is where Bethany Frankel and the reality TV reckoning will be of use. They so this is the thing, all these reality shows claim that they have an on-site psychiatrist or whatever, and I remember before we went into hiding, the 2 days maybe before going into the Big Brother house, they said a psychiatrist is going to see you, and I was like, oh great, free psychiatry. I'd never seen a psychiatrist in my life, and I thought, oh, free psychiatry, amazing. And they were like, what are your fears? And I was like, you know what, I don't like spiders, I don't like eels, like I don't like, I would hate to swim in a lake or be in water with eels, like, and I just told them the things I was afraid of. Literally, this is how fucked up and how much they have got away with. The first task, I was in a bath with Louis Spence, who's basically a pirouetting piranha. What a see you next Tuesday. And I was in a bath with him and loads of eels. So that's how fucked up it is. They actually see you before you go into the house, and they like, oh, we're going to do psychiatry assessment or whatever. Clearly it wasn't, because half the people who were in the house wouldn't have passed a psychiatric assessment, but that's a story for another day. And it was just strange because you talk about your biggest fears, and then they use that against you. So it's horrible. Like I said, I didn't ever plan on formulating, so I'm very proud. We have Dermaface MD, skincare, and aerospace MD, because I'm dual qualified as an aerospace engineer as well. I didn't ever plan to formulate these, but when I had this removed before I did Big Brother, then I came back and I had to use Fudex all over my face, which is like a topical chemo cream, and it burns your own face off. It's very aggressive, to be honest with you. And after which, my skin barrier was very, very badly damaged, and I was like, how am I going to fix this? So I formulated a hyaluronic. In fact, I formulated this, which is 1000x advanced hyaluronic. So each hyaluronic molecule will attract 1,000 times its weight in water. And then around my eyes, I came up with a triple peptide eye cream, just full of lots of oligopeptides. And again, this is great for people who don't want Botox or want to make their Botox last longer in between. I really go hot and cold on Botox at the moment. I'm kind of weird about needles on my face. If I can do it myself, I'm pretty happy about it. But if I can't, I'm not down to let other people do it, to be quite honest. And then we have Aerospace. This is a limited edition for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And then also we have Aerospace MD Oxygenating Moisturizer, which I'm going to take off my makeup and put all this on, because my makeup went on at 4 o'clock today. In fact, I was doing stand-up comedy, so it was just so weird the way I had to take out my suture when I did. Well, actually, I had 3 stitches to take out when I did Celebrity Big Brother. So I went into hiding in the hotel in Boreham Woods, or as I like to call it, Boring Woods, and I had a surgical removal kit with me. And so you literally have a chaperone, and you can't go to the restroom on your own, like, or the toilet, the loo on your own, with this bitch with you the whole time. And my one was a really narky one, actually, to be honest with you. And it's like when you get out of the Celebrity Big Brother house, it's so weird because you're so used to having the thing around your neck that you keep touching it, wondering where it is. And because you can't lock any of the doors in the Celebrity Big Brother house, even for the next week that I was still in London doing all the morning shows and all the press and media, whenever I would go out for dinner with my friend Claire, she'd be like, stop knocking on the door, because I'd knock on every bathroom door before I would go into it. Like, just weird. You become institutionalized for 2 or 3 weeks. But like I said, it was never my plan. I'm very proud to have formulated this, and it was never my plan. But I think life throws a journey, and you either roll with it, or it's like, this is a biopsy. I had it done on Thursday. Did I really feel like taking out my own suture today? And well, I always feel like going on stage when it comes to stand-up comedy. I'm like, literally, people get nervous. I'm like, I'm never nervous. I'm like driving there, singing, warming up my vocals. I never know quite what my set list is going to be. Like, I know if I'm doing 10 minutes, I have I know what my set list is. But then, like today, there was kind of a weird crowd. Well, it was just the start of the show and we have to get them going. So the host did a great job. But again, they were still a little bit slow. So I was like, you know what, you've got to deviate and stuff and pivot. So in life, you've got to pivot. So I never particularly planned to formulate product here in America and have an American skin company where everything is made in California. But I think you've got to roll with the punches. And I don't mean that in a cliche way, like things happen for a reason. And I also find in life, anything that I've done where I've gone against the grain, I'm pretty powerful, so I can manifest and make things happen. But if it's not meant for you, then it's like one step forward, two steps back. So with this, what happened was in Ireland, my skin barrier was broken after the FUDEX, and I kind of I got local products and played around and fixed my own skin barrier. Then during the pandemic, I had another Mohs surgery here, so it's quite bad. It's covered with makeup, but it's still like I have a scar here covered with makeup. I'm gonna have another scar from this for sure. Even though I'm putting Silogen on, I'm still gonna have a scar. But when that happened in the pandemic, again, there was short supplies and everything, obviously. And so I had to kind of formulate again. I had to source local products in California that could fix my skin barrier for a second time. Like I've had like one here. I had a skin graft here to put there. I think I like Frankenstein behind my ear. I don't know, whatever. Who cares? They're like war scars. And even tonight, like I went, you could stay home for the weekend and feel sorry for yourself. And I don't particularly like waiting for biopsy results. I hope it's like an actinic keratosis or something. I don't know. But anyway, the point being, you can stay home and feel sorry for yourself or whatever, or you can just kind of roll with the punches a bit. So I try more now to just roll with the punches. But like I said, I'm super proud to have all these formulated. But again, it wasn't really my plan to formulate products. But then once I started 2.5 years ago, obviously we were all in lockdown and I had nothing but time on my hands to formulate products. So I formulated obviously Dermaface MD, hyaluronic, and triple peptide, oligopeptides, and then oxygenating moisturizer, which is Aerospace MD, because I actually have a degree in aerospace engineering. So I like working with labs that will work with quite technical stuff. In terms of the hyaluronic, it attracts 1,000 times its weight in water. So the real key is when you're trying to, so here's the deal, when you're having hyaluronic injected, so if you're having Juvederm into your lips, your nasolabials, your marionette, you want to have a very big plump molecule of hyaluronic. But at the same time, it's going to be delivered via needle. So even if it's a really, really big molecule, the needle delivery system is still going to bring it into the dermis and the epidermis. So it's not that difficult. When you're applying it topically, you have to be very careful because if you have a molecule that's too big, it's not going to pass through the skin barrier. So the thing is to have a medium weight hyaluronic molecule paired with a heavier weight, like maybe 930 Daltons. Sorry, that's super annoying. Anyway, a medium weight, a heavier weight, and then stick kind of a fatty acid lipid tail in the hope that it will absorb. Place it on wet skin, and then again it attracts 1,000 times its weight in water. Do I think this is the number one in its category? Everyone talks shit in beauty. They all lie. The number one is the one with the biggest budget. Do I think it's in the top 3 in its category? Yeah, say top 4. I just rather be honest with you. Everyone lies. Like I feel like now it's a time for authenticity, for truth, like dealing the currency of truth. All these big brands that are like, we're the number one, and they'll do a clinical trial for a day and they'll say, as agreed by 95%, they're just buying pizza for somebody in a room and giving them loads of freebies, and then the women will go, oh yes, I felt younger. Like it's all bullshit. Beauty industry lies. It's, is this the number one? I mean, it could be in its class, in its price point. It could be. People who use it and makeup artists who use it around LA underneath people's makeup are like very excited by it. Do I think it's in the top 3? Probably. Should I say top 4 just to be super honest and transparent with you guys? Yeah, I think my product is in the top 4. There you go, someone who's actually being honest and going to tell the truth, because honestly, after the last couple of years and everything that's going on, it's just exhausting lying. So just honestly, like me, don't like me, I don't care, but I will always say it how it is. So is this the number 1 product, my product? Maybe. Probably not. Is it the number 2, number 3? Probably. Maybe number 4. But also, is it really, really good for your bang for your buck? Yeah, it's really, really good. Is this what I used on my own skin to fix my skin? I wish I was brave enough to show a picture of my face after the FUDEX treatment, because it was really messed up. That comes in time. They say tragedy plus trauma and time heals thing. I don't know what they say. I think that's what they say in comedy. They say tragedy and time. It's funny, but this is Dermaface MD, 1000x hyaluronic acid serum, and it attracts 1,000 times its weight in water. And this is my pimple patch covering my biopsy. Let's deal in the currency of truth, people. Just be honest. The beauty industry lies. So top 1 could be. More likely it's the top 2 or 3. Maybe even in the top 4. But I'm being honest with you.